Alrighty. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night, everybody, wherever you are. Just going to go over some recent tickers I've been paper trading. I just did a tot up of my recent stint of paper trading, and I've come out with about $240. So that's good to know that I'm green at least on my little stint of paper trading, and getting back to proper trading in about a week's time. So I'm just gonna refresh my mind on the trades, what I did good, and mistakes that I made, and I suppose we'll start from MRAI and we'll work ourselves back. I think there's about 10 or 11 maybe trades that I took. So I store up my actual trades on Profitly, and then the paper trades here. I'm going to be deleting all these paper ones. These are all paper trades, the last 10 or 12, and it'll be bringing my profit chart back into about 2,600 area. So I was just putting them up here just to keep track and see how I was doing. MRAI is I tried a scalp on it yesterday, and it was just a lack of patience, and I should be just getting a little bit quicker at identifying what are the potential setups here. And I was just thinking, oh, I can scalp it on a quick dip at the morning for a bounce, but why not be more patient and wait for the PDB panic dip buy setup, where it would drop about 15-20% ideally in a panic out the open, and then bounce. So that's what in hindsight I should have done. Instead, I'm in here playing a guessing game after like minute 3, during minute 3 of the session, trying to pick it up at 212 and going to risk off the low of this about 205 area. So I gave it about 10 cents and I cut at 202, but I was too early. It was just FOMO, I guess. It's like, oh no, if I don't get in now, what if it spikes without me, and I miss it? So I just have to be prepared to miss trades. Better to wait for the 20% drop. As I say here, listed panic dip buy, and I was far too keen at forcing without waiting, so it dropped more than 20%. If I calculate 220s to 170s, it's over 20% of a drop, which would fit into a panic dip buy strategy, and that would have given me a better chance of success there on that trade, having broken out the prior day and gone parabolic. This was always going to have some overhead resistance, but there was plenty of volume, so that very often when there is volume, these things don't go straight up or straight down. So after a big drop, there's likely going to be some sort of a bounce. So I missed an opportunity there on getting a little bounce on it. The best play would have been just to wait an extra minute, and then down here, once I noticed this big candle on volume and the wick, is a suggestion that it's maybe all the selling is done for the moment, and I could have got in on a bounce somewhere along here. So anyway, it was only a 100 share position because I knew I was kind of not patient, but I think I should have zoned in and added 900 shares or whatever here at 185, say 186, and then sold in the the 190s, the high 190s, and the low 2s. So that's a loss that should have been really a win, but anyway, it was a good spot, but just badly executed. BLNK. So this was me playing it short, was it? Okay, yeah, so I pulled at the open and then recovered. I mean, that's bullish action here. There's no real parabolic move. 340, 360, 380 here, the prior day. Forward, it's not a major move. Then it pulls from 425-ish back down to 4 and then bounces. And I'm trying to get in short, thinking that that pull is signifying the end. But I think the nature of the recovery and this action tells you no. But I was risking off the pre-market high, so stopped out. Small loss there. Yeah, not great. I think I mentioned it was TSHA. Day one that ran the same day, and that I should have taken instead, because that was a true parabolic short play. And that was TSHA. Where is it? Here, the 15th. So go back more than 5 days. 5 days. So yeah, here was the real miss on that day. It was a good opportunity to go short on a para move here. Can be a bit scary, parabolic plays, but I think it was worth a shot there around the 220, 215 area. Pulls back, sub 1, pops back up, and then the rest of the day, I think it just faded. Did it? Yeah, faded down nicely to the mid ones. So yeah. And now where is it? It's grinding back up. Not sure what'll happen. Probably roll over. Who knows? But yeah, missed opportunity, and I was trading BLNK short when there was nothing really on there. Now here's one that I took that worked. Can't really remember this. Bounce short, nice bounce back to yesterday's resistance area, 340. Okay, here. Wait a second, this is a long play. No? 332, 39. Alright, yeah, so I just took a quick short play on it. Why are the candles confusing me? Or the arrows? So that was one of the stops for break even. But here was, oh, I was long first. I played it long here. Yeah, and then I took my profits, and then I went short here. Oh yeah, I took one piece off at 319, and then the rest off there. So I did make a small profit on it. 332, 319. So that was that one. And then you'll see the one before that was obviously the long. So I took the long, the one before it. So made nice money on that day, short and long. So I was nimble. So I like that. That I was in control, because before the market opened, the whole plan was to wait for it to kind of dip and rip, and then get short on the bounce back towards the previous day high. But then I said, look, it's dipped, why not get involved long on the rip? So I did, and then I got involved short. It only worked out temporarily, so I was glad I took cover at VWAP at 319, and the rest of the plan was to wait for it to come down to about 307 This is VWAP, the purple, and the blue line is a line of experiment, is the works well on the 5-minute chart. It's the 89 EMA, which is a moving average that I discovered is a popular one amongst traders to get a kind of more of a long-term picture as to the price action, I suppose. So that was a good little neat and tidy couple of trades there on BLNK on that day. Then TNON, it's amazing how I'm forgetting all these trades already. TNON, okay. Breakout. Did I trade this? Overextend the gap down, late entry here, but got in on the bounce up from 280s to 304. Where am I? Here. Oh yeah, so wish I could zoom in, but let's see. Can I zoom in? If I just do it this way. Oh no, wait, what am I doing? Why don't I just go like this? Ding, 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 ding. I don't know. Is that allowing me? Yeah, so the notes anyway that I wrote were late entry, we got in on the bounce from 280s to 304. So somewhere around here, I can see it better if I go to this. I remember it, but I'm just gonna let you know. Right, it was in here. Is that right? There's the 280s. So it was pulling down on late. Bounces up from the 284 area to 3. And I had an order waiting at 304. And it went to a high of 305 here on this candle. So it would have got filled. And then I took a piece off right down there into a, yeah, I kind of marked it out as a potential support area. Now this is just kind of rolling over a bit. But there was good range on this one. I mean, you could get some nice trades, albeit very choppy, especially later on when there's less volume. Yeah, still recording. And then, okay, so that was TNON, overextend the gap down. So like, I mean, let's have a look at the daily on that. It's definitely not an A+ setup, but yeah, I suppose, yeah, it had gone para, and then I'm getting involved here. I think it's good, but I think maybe getting a bit earlier, but it's dangerous getting in straight from the open because you don't know if it's just going to go zoom briefly and then pull. So I was being cautious. So I think I played it all right, actually. Happy enough for how I played that one. $57. Yeah, what's going on here? RVPH. Should have been more mindful of the prior stuff level 610. Sold most, instead held for a push towards 650. So this was a long trade and ended up bailing at 551. That's not good. Proved to be a great bounce short. Misread the situation. Okay, so here it is this day. So let's have a look. Proves to be a good bounce short. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. I suppose it was an overextended. but it pulled and it was gapping up, so it was due a bounce based off this big pullback here. So what was I thinking here? So it's a long. Yeah, I was trying to scalp it long from the open. What did I do wrong? Yeah, so 31st of October. Let's go and find it. Let's go back more than a month. Alright. So it's worth the hassle here. Let's go September, October, 31st. We'll just go 26 to the 31st of November. Can we get 15 minutes this time frame? Lovely. Okay. Yeah. I was long, but I was chasing enough. I was waiting here. I think I remember this one got missed. I missed the fill on this one. So I hesitated a bit too long on this one. Should have got involved more closer to the mid fives. But I'm getting in at, okay, the high fives and stopping out at the mid fives. So I'm saying I should have been more mindful of this resistance area here, I think. 605, yeah, 615. Yeah, this area 610, but I held, so I thought it was maybe going to go closer to this resistance level. So that's what I was hoping for there. That's too big of a loss to take there. I'm not happy about that. So I think maybe a bit too much position there, too big a position. $69 loss. I want to be keeping that down to 30, 40 max on a trade when you have a small account. Then AMC. Anyway, I'm not going to go over the rest of them. I'm kind of tired now. So there's a few other trades there. HUBC. Panic dip buy. Look, let's have a look at that one. Because today I should have traded a panic dip buy properly. I mean yesterday, and I didn't. So here's an occasion when I did it the right way. So let's have a look at that. Three-hour wait away from my target zone to be hit. Yeah, so here it is. The panic dip buy. I think I added here. And I took my profits in here. Yeah, that's pretty good. What's the ticker's name? HUBC. So I'll just be able to find it, have a better look at it. My records. EFGH. There we go. 4 to 5 minutes. Let's have a look. Intraday, 1 minute. Yeah, so let's look at the context first. So this is back in October. There's my panic dip buy here. So it had its big day, then it came down, then it went up along kind of a trend line here, and I'm buying into that ascending trend line. And that's why you can see the prior day had been coming down, 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 and then it dumps, and a big dump on volume, and then it stalls here. So I'm like, okay, let's get in here. It's coming down to close to 50, maybe it's gonna bounce. 62 to 53, say, is how much of a drop? That's about 1/5. I think that's about 20%, which is my ballpark. What I like, and the drop is, yeah, okay, 15%. Usually there'll be some sort of a bounce, and indeed there was. Stayed patient with it and sold. So that's one that worked. So as I said, next week I will be starting with fresh with real money again. I'll get rid of these paper trades, and hopefully onwards and upwards. So this one, so I'm just going to stop recording now.